Now on CoastTV News.
Delaware's new handgun law, why gun rights activists are appealing the decision. Dancing to honor culture, interactive performances in Pocomoke City today celebrating Native American history. Protesting against development, crowds gathering saying building in Sussex County has gone too far.
It's a mild and breezy evening across Delmarva thanks to a warm front moving through. We're tracking showers ahead of a cold front, and that will bring cold and windy weather later Sunday to early next week. Forecast details coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Emma Aiken. Welcome to CoastTV News at 11. Our top story, Delaware's permit to purchase law will go into effect tomorrow. The law requires anyone wanting to buy a handgun to first get a permit. An injunction to stop the new law was struck down by a judge Friday, but new tonight, the people who filed that injunction, gun rights activists, say they are appealing the ruling. They say the permit to purchase law violates the Second Amendment and Delaware does not have the infrastructure in place for this new law. Delaware State Police have now identified 30-year-old Jeremy Mitchell from Georgetown as the man who died in a car crash in Delmar. Police say it happened around 5 p.m. Thursday when a GMC Sierra was traveling on Sussex Highway near West Snake Road, the area on your screen now. Initial investigations found the GMC veered off into the opposite lane of traffic before hitting a tree. Troopers say Mitchell died at the scene. A public hearing on the rules for retail marijuana stores is happening at Sussex County Council on Tuesday, and a new ordinance could make it easier for stores to open in some areas. Currently, shops cannot open within 3 miles of a town and are limited to heavy commercial zones. The proposed changes would reduce the town buffer to 2 miles and allow stores in medium commercial areas as well. Some rules would stay the same, including distance requirements from schools, churches, and treatment centers. The public hearing is at 1:30 p.m. Tuesday. Schellville began today, the 2025 Holiday Village opening for the year, beginning with the annual tree lighting earlier this evening. The Christmas magic will continue tomorrow from 1 to 4 at Tanger Outlet Seaside in Rehoboth Beach. And for more on Schellville, including a list of events throughout November and December, you can head to coasttv.com. We're now taking a live look into Dover. Our first alert meteorologist Bob Trihey joins us. Bob, it's warming up this evening, but it's also getting a little breezy out there.
Oh, very much so. Good evening, Emma. Yeah, it's a warm and breezy evening out there. In fact, these temperatures are the warmest we've seen all day. Georgetown 63, Dagsboro 62, Milton and Lewis at 62, Bethany Beach at 63. Very comfortable with breezy southerly winds and southwest winds, 17 miles per hour. Indian River Inlet gusting to 27 there, gusting to 24 in Georgetown. So breezy conditions. We are seeing some radar returns. I think it's too dry to see showers yet, but we are seeing some showers now west of I-95, even some flashes of lightning ahead of a strong cold front. Some of those showers will be building in, I think, as we go through the overnight hours. So here's Futurecast, mild overnight with showers very late tonight. Some of those could be on the heavy side briefly, and then I think this activity will be out of here tomorrow morning. Otherwise, it gets windy and it gets colder as we go into Sunday afternoon. Really cold and windy into early next week. Much more on your forecast coming up a little bit later on.
Bob, thank you. In Worcester County today, people gathered to honor Native American culture. A native dancing exhibition was held at the Pocomoke City Fairgrounds, showcasing many different indigenous tribes and their dance styles. The organizer of the event said she created the celebration this year to bring back Native culture to Pocomoke. There were vendors, food, music, and interactive performances, even a children's candy dance. The event's master of the ceremony says it is crucial for people to know Native American history and culture.
I've traveled all over the country singing and dancing, and without this here, our heritage gets lost. And when our heritage gets lost, then our people become extinct. So
the Native Dance exhibition will also be going on tomorrow at the Pocomoke City Fairgrounds, and November is Native American Heritage Month. Groups protesting against the growth in Sussex County, saying 43,000 acres of forest and farmland in the last 20 years have been built on. Coast TV News reporter Brandon Ferguson shows us why those at the protest today say rapid building will burden Sussex County for generations.
Protesters at the Georgetown Circle Saturday saying building in Sussex County has gone too far.
Enough is enough, that the county council will hear us.
The county's infrastructure, schools, water, our well water is being poisoned. We're not keeping it. It's just not built for it.
Signs at the protest pointed blame at developers, Sussex County Council, and the county's Planning and Zoning Commission, saying county council should say no to massive proposed developments like Cool Spring Crossing, Atlantic Fields, and Belmead Farm. Judy Rose Seibert lives on Route 24. The road is connected to both proposed locations of the Atlantic Fields and Belmead Farm project. Seibert says more commercial development is the exact opposite of what Sussex County needs.
I moved to Sussex County because of the natural beauty here, and it's just being lost. Every day, you see more land bulldozed and more farms, more trees, and it's just environmentally not a good idea.
For Nathaniel Wilson, his family has lived in Sussex County for generations. Wilson says he protested today because some parts of the county are now unrecognizable to him.
To bring awareness to just the local community, but also calling out the Sussex County Council and Planning and Zoning. Because they need to be held accountable and they need to be called out.
Ben Hoskin, developer of the Atlantic Fields project, previously told Coast TV that not all development is bad. He said the amount of property tax revenue generated by new projects will help offset many of the problems people have, like possible traffic.
Many people here at the anti-development protest in Georgetown mentioned that Sussex County Council should consider putting a pause on development so roads being built can catch up to those developments before they are completed. In Georgetown, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
Earlier this month, the Sussex County Planning and Zoning Commission granted preliminary approval to a 21-lot subdivision called Tapachi Farms in Milton. The project would divide 24 acres on Burton Road into single-family homes. Some people who live nearby opposed the plan, saying the soil may not support septic systems and could lead to flooding or water contamination. They also worry about increased traffic on the narrow road and have launched a website to voice their fears. One man Coast TV spoke with that lives near the project was at the protest today and questions the decision process of the council.
That was approved, unfortunately. In 2019, it was unanimously denied, and it cited things such as the land not being suitable for septic use, but suddenly in 2025, because certain checkboxes were checked, and they changed it from a cluster subdivision to a standard subdivision.
This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what do you think about growth in Sussex County? Let's take a look at the updated results from our last news hour. So far, 93% of you say too much and 7% of you say not enough. And if you haven't voted yet, you still can at coasttv.com or on the mobile app. Another dredging project is scheduled for next week in the Ocean City Inlet. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers says it will remove 5,000 cubic yards of dredged material. Officials say work will begin on the Snappapunxet Channel with the goal of clearing the entrance into the West Ocean City Harbor. Dredging is scheduled to last from Thursday, November 20th, through the following Tuesday, November 25th in Ocean City. Salisbury drivers, Lake Street will be closed from Route 50 to West Main Street starting Monday and lasting through Wednesday. The city says the closure is for stormwater maintenance and the installation of a new tide gate to help control flooding in the area. Crews will work from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and only pre-approved vehicles will be allowed through. A detour will be posted. Plenty of people came out to enjoy the Friends of Cape and Lopin State Park book sale earlier today. The nonprofit was selling books, puzzles, decor items, holiday lights, and linens with deals and raffles. And we are just getting started here on Coast TV News at 11. Coming up later, a U.S. show of force, what's unfolding in the Caribbean as tensions rise with Venezuela.
Here's the live look into Ocean City on the Gateway Subaru camera. 62, it's mild, it's breezy. This is the warmest it's been all day. 63 the high, 41 the low, and a little bit above average. We've got another shot of cold air and lots of wind later Sunday into early next week. Your full forecast details coming up a little bit later in the newscast.
But first, the northern lights spotted here on Delmarva to a new family courthouse. We'll have your recap of this week when we're back in just 60 seconds. From a new bill in the Delaware House to serving kids in need, there was a lot going on this week here on the coast. Charlie Sakaitis has a look at our week in review.
Monday, CoastTV reported on an accident that happened over the weekend. A dump truck smashed into another car, leading to a chain reaction of accidents that ended with 2 deaths and several injuries, according to police. In the wake of that and other accidents, locals CoastTV talked to are worried about safety on the road. Tuesday, and in fact multiple times this week, people across Delmarva and across much of the United States were able to see the northern lights. It's rare that they are visible this far south, but some recent solar storms have made that possible. Wednesday, the new Sussex County Family Courthouse opened in Georgetown. The new 107,000 square foot facility is much bigger than the old building and features more technology, cameras, and safety measures as well. Thursday, the Delaware House of Representatives passed a bill which will allow them to participate remotely. Sometimes. It's only for special or extraordinary sessions and only with the Speaker's permission. And Friday in Millsboro, thanks to a grant and the organization Clothing Our Kids, 1,000 shoes are going to be going to kids in need in Sussex County. The group Clothing Our Kids is a nonprofit that services the youth of Sussex County. For your week in review, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
Coming up in sports, highlights from 3 boys soccer games tonight as the local teams on the peninsula are eyeing the state title. And coming up next, Bob Trihey is in the CoastTV First Alert Weather Center, tracking a few showers overnight, then windy and colder weather into early next week. He has your full forecast after this.
All in all, a nice start to our weekend. For the most part, we had some sunshine this morning, then clouds. Then those winds kicked in this evening, and this is the mildest it's been all day. 63 in Georgetown and Salisbury, Easton 61 with 61 in Ocean City. Wallops Island right now at 66. Spicer Brothers Camp in Salisbury showing is 63 degrees. It's getting breezy, and I think we're looking at some showers as we go through the overnight hours. In our storyline, it's going to get windy on Sunday. Some showers possible in the morning, otherwise afternoon wind and colder. We're going to see those winds gusting to 40 miles per hour, so make sure those holiday decorations are secured. It's going to be feeling like the 40s, and then early next week, pretty cold. 40s to around 50, lows in the 30s. Feels like temperatures in the 20s and 30s with gusty winds. But right now, pretty mild out there. Lewis 62, 63 in Georgetown and Gumboro. Laurel 65, 63 in Salisbury right now, thanks to an increasing southwesterly wind around 7 to 15 miles per hour. And we've been seeing gusts close to 30 at Indian River Inlet, 13 in Millsboro, 24 in Georgetown. Those winds are only going to crank up with time. As we have a lot of clouds, we're seeing some radar returns. I think a lot of this is evaporating. We have a lot of dry air, but maybe a few sprinkles right now. But I think more important showers off to the northwest, west of I-95. You can even see some blips of lightning now across western PA. Some heavier rain across New York and southern New England as we're tracking this cold front that's across the Ohio Valley, and ahead of it, that's where we're seeing some of those showers that could roll through overnight. And then behind it, another shot of cold air moves in for a couple of days as we head into early next week. So it's going to be mild for the overnight hours. By 2 a.m., a few showers. Can't rule out a rumble of thunder. I don't think we're looking at a lot of rain, probably less than a quarter inch. And then heading out to church in the morning, it's going to be breezy and mild with 50s and 60s, but then the colder air will start to filter in through the day. Temperatures falling through the 50s and those winds really starting to ramp up. So through the evening, falling into the 40s, and then by Monday morning into the upper 30s. And then we're barely getting back to 50, I think, as we head into Monday. Many of us staying in the 40s. As we have a gale warning for Delaware Bay to the Atlantic Ocean. Sussex County, really all of Delaware, has a wind advisory until Sunday evening, a gale warning across the Maryland coast and a gale warning on the bay side. As we're looking at low to mid 60s along the beaches, but it's going to be very windy there as we go into Sunday. By afternoon, gusts close to 40 miles per hour, and those winds continue to bring in that cold air and very windy into Monday, as well as we're looking at feels like temperatures by Monday morning in the low 30s and really cold pretty much all day. As we're looking at our next chance of showers, I think by Wednesday into Thursday, but not a major system. 54 tonight, showers late, falling temperatures tomorrow, windy and colder. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, only 49 Monday, 51 Tuesday. Warming up through the rest of the week, some shower chances Wednesday and Thursday with mid 60s by Friday.
In sports, the trifecta of boys soccer championships, titles on the line in Maryland and Delaware. Delmarva Sports Network's Kayla Santiago has more.
One final game for the boys soccer season in 2025. Hardware is on the line, and the Stephen Decatur Seahawks look to bring it back to Berlin for the first time in over 2 decades. Decatur takes on Centennial in the Maryland 3A Soccer Championship. 10th minute, Cruz Henson gets the cross and pokes the ball into the bottom corner, giving Decatur a 1-0 advantage. Just 7 minutes later, the Eagles equalized. Donovan Baker puts in this second chance opportunity, and we go to the half level at 1-1. Second half, 47th minute, Decatur scores again, and it's Henson ×2. Seahawks up 2-1. 58th minute, Isaiah Rodriguez gets the ball outside the box and scores a wonder goal into the top corner. Seahawks up 3-1 now. 63rd minute, Rodriguez is Johnny on the spot, and he scores a loose ball after the initial save. Decatur up 4-1. Steve Decatur comes out on top 4-1, bringing home the 3A state title, their first since 2002.
It's been a journey. I was here in 2002 with Steve Berquist and that crew, and to look up in the stands to start the game to see the O2 team up there here supporting us was just kind of one of the things I didn't want to disappoint them. I wanted to show them that we have continued to build this program, and coming out of the region that we do, it was tough, and we worked all season long.
Now to the state capital in Dover, Delaware. It's the Division II DIAA Boys Soccer State Championship between Sussex Academy and St. Mark's. In a low-scoring affair with 15 minutes left in regulation, Scott McDermott with the goal for the Spartans. And that was all it took. St. Mark's comes out on top against Sussex Academy 1-0. After the game, head coach Dan Swayze says the door has opened that they have been knocking on the past few seasons.
It means a lot. It's our first win since 2001, back with Coach Stamatis. I had to give him a shout out. It means a lot. These boys have put in a lot of work. They've worked hard each and every day. They've been together for a couple years now, so it means a lot. It means I think we finally reached the pinnacle. We've been knocking on the door for the past couple years, and it feels good that we finally opened the door and are finally the top team. So.
Last but not least, Division I DIAA Boys Soccer. Caesar Rodney last year took the state title against Louisiana 3-1. Who will turn the tides in 2025 in the rematch? First goal of the game comes from Chase Esser. Sally's up 1-0. Then it's Brady Esser with the header and in to start off the second half. The Esser duo making it work. Brady passes to Chase, and that's the icing on the cake. Salesianum takes the DIAA Division I state championship 3-0. Congratulations to all of our local teams with big dreams. Reporting from Dover, Delaware for the Delmarva Sports Network, I'm Kayla Santiago.
After the break here on Coast TV News at 11, springing back to life. Wildlife refuges here on Delmarva are back open now that the government shutdown is over. Our local wildlife refuges are getting back to normal now that the federal government has reopened. The Chincoteague National Wildlife Refuge has resumed its regular schedule. The Bateman Visitor Center and Gift Shop and Assateague Lighthouse both reopened yesterday. Prime Hook National Wildlife Refuge returned to normal operations Thursday, and the Blackwater National Wildlife Refuge confirmed that it is operating at normal. A U.S. show of force in the Western Atlantic as tensions escalate with Venezuela. The U.S. military's Southern Command has released these photos showing the Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier strike group in the Caribbean Sea. The Ford is the world's largest aircraft carrier with more than 5,000 sailors on board. On Friday, President Trump suggested that a decision could soon come on whether to take military action against Venezuela, which he accuses of having close ties to the illegal drug trade. 5 months after a gunman tried to kill him, his wife, and his daughter, Minnesota Senator John Hoffman is out of the hospital. This is a photo of Senator Hoffman as he left the hospital today after his latest surgery, which took place on Monday. Doctors repaired the impact damage from a bullet to the kidney. He was shot 9 times on June 14th during the struggle with the gunman. His wife Yvette also took several bullets before she was able to close the front door. The shooting was shortly before the same gunman shot and killed Minnesota Congresswoman Melissa Hortman, her husband Mark, and their dog Gilbert. Hoffman is expected to make a full recovery. Members of the Texas National Guard are expected to leave Chicago soon and return home. About 200 troops arrived in the city about a month ago. The Trump administration ordered the troops to Chicago to help with immigration enforcement and to protect federal workers. But a federal judge stopped the deployment, and the troops have stayed at training bases outside the city for several weeks. After the break here on Coast TV News at 11, as we take a live look into Ocean City, we have a final check on your forecast. Coast TV News continues in just a few moments.
I think we're looking at some overnight showers, maybe a rumble of thunder late tonight, but then I think that clears out by tomorrow morning. So off to church, it's going to be breezy and mild. In fact, close to 60 in the morning hours, and then falling temperatures in the afternoon as that colder air starts to work in with really strong winds. Make sure to call the Coast TV First Alert weather phone, sponsored by Brockstead Mandalis Federico. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. It's a windy one tomorrow, especially in the afternoon. Wind gusts to 40 miles per hour as the temperatures plummet. We're into the mid-30s Monday morning, only 49 on Monday, feeling colder with the wind. A hard freeze as we go into Tuesday morning, 51 Tuesday. Then I think we're looking at some showers Wednesday and Thursday, and then warming up, I think, by the end of the week. So I've seen a lot of Christmas decorations already, Emma, out there. So we're going to have all that wind. So make sure those are secured with those very strong winds tomorrow.
Yeah, nothing Christmassy about Santa getting blown away out there.
No.
I was planning on taking a stroll at the beach tomorrow, so I hope I don't get blown over.
Yeah, you can do that, but just make sure you hang on to your hat.
Well, I'll do that. Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. Saturday Night Live starts right now. Have a great night.